Good morning, America. Breaking overnight, protests in Minneapolis and across the country as new video shows the moments before the killing of Renee Good.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you.
Recorded by the ICE officer who fired the fatal shots. We're live in Minnesota with the Minneapolis police chief as the investigation continues this morning.
President Trump making his pitch to oil industry executives, urging them to invest in Venezuela's oil industry as the U.S. seizes another tanker in the Caribbean. The high-stakes meeting just days after the U.S. captured Venezuela's president, Nicolas Maduro.
Murder mystery deepens. Details emerging on the killings of an Ohio dentist and his wife. Body camera footage of police responding to the wrong home the day they were found dead. And a 911 call weeks before by neighbors of the victims.
Dramatic video. Police say officers opened fire on a suspect in a stolen front loader as he was driving right over police vehicles. What we're learning this morning.
Lacing up for magic. Will Gans takes us inside Walt Disney World's Marathon Weekend. We are there live for the races and the fun, plus a sneak peek at the new Disney World Magic ahead this year.
And NFL Wildcard Weekend. ESPN's coach Herm joins us in studio to preview today's big games. Plus, the stage is set for the College Football National Championship. Will it be the Hoosiers or will it be the Hurricanes?
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, this is Good Morning America.
And we do say good morning, America. We can't wait for Coach Herm here in the studio. But my goodness, so much has happened this week. And we're going to try to sort it all out for you. As you can see, Whit is co-anchoring right now from Minneapolis this morning. And that's exactly where we're going to begin here. That deadly ICE shooting there. ABC News obtaining new cell phone videos showing the moments leading up to the shooting of Renee Good. The video was recorded by the ICE agent who fired the shots.
This week, anger and outrage spilled out really across the nation. Vigils and rallies held all over protesting that fatal shooting. Minneapolis mayor is pleading for transparency. Whit has been on the ground in Minneapolis covering the killing, the investigation, and the protests. And Whit, there is a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, Janae and Gio, good morning to you. And we've seen some of that outrage, the frustration firsthand here since we've been on the ground, all evident in this city and across the country. Organizers say hundreds of more protests are planned for today and tomorrow. This latest video from the perspective of the ICE agent only deepening the divide as many still have very different views of what happened. A warning, the videos you're about to see are difficult to watch.
This morning, disturbing new video of Renee Good's final moments.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you.
Reportedly captured on the cell phone camera of ICE agent Jonathan Ross, accused of shooting and killing her. You can see his masked face in the vehicle's reflection as he circles her maroon SUV. Good's partner Becca also recording as he checks the license plate.
It's okay, we don't change our plates every morning.
Then another agent yelling at Good to get out of the vehicle.
I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Okay.
Out of the car.
Agent Ross moves to the front of the SUV as it moves forward.
Oh!
He fires 3 shots, including one through the windshield. Good then crashing into a parked car. Witnesses outraged.
Shame! Shame! What did you guys do? You made a crime scene! You shot someone!
Some law enforcement experts telling ABC News agents are trained not to stand in front of a vehicle. But the Trump administration insisting the agent acted in self-defense.
I can believe that her death is a tragedy while also recognizing that it's a tragedy of her own making.
DHS officials say this video from last June shows Agent Ross in another vehicle stop in which he was dragged 100 yards and needed 33 stitches. We showed the new video to Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey.
He walked away with a hop in his step from the incident. There's another person that's dead. He held on his cell phone. I think that speaks for itself.
Does that video, that angle, change your perspective at all about what may have happened?
I think an investigation could change or affirm my perspective. But we've got all 2 eyes. And I can see a person that is trying to leave. I can see an ICE agent that was not run over by a car. That didn't happen.
Mayor Fry has not minced words when demanding ICE leave his city.
Get the out of Minneapolis.
His critics accusing him of escalating tensions.
Some have criticized you for your profanity, your language in response to this tragedy. Do you have any regrets about the words you've used?
I stand by what I've said. We have been saying that if ICE keeps behaving the way that they are, that someone is either going to get seriously injured or killed, whether that is a resident, a civilian, a police officer, or an ICE agent. And tragically, the latter happened. Somebody got killed. The bottom line is this: if they're saying that my F-bomb was inflammatory, I'd argue that the more inflammatory aspect was a killing where somebody died.
Overnight, growing fallout and protests across the country. In Portland, Oregon, a Customs and Border Protection agent shooting and injuring 2 people Thursday during a targeted stop.
Our agents were working targeted enforcement. There was one individual that had a known order of removal and another individual who was a target for being a criminal illegal alien in the United States.
Federal authorities say those shot were allegedly affiliated with a Venezuelan gang and weaponized their vehicle against law enforcement. Officials say the 2 individuals are suspected of being involved in another shooting. Both are expected to recover from their injuries.
And back here in Minneapolis, despite calls from local officials for ICE to leave, the Department of Homeland Security instead is surging up to 100 more federal agents to the city on top of the some 2,000 already here on the ground. Janae?
It is all just so heavy. Our thanks to you, Whit. We'll check back in with you in just a bit. Now to the big oil executive meeting at the White House as the U.S. seizes another tanker in the Caribbean. ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang is in Washington with the latest. Good morning, Selena.
Yeah, good morning to you, Janae. So President Trump is trying to convince these oil executives to invest in rebuilding Venezuela's oil industry. But this is a tough sell. We're talking about years and years of work and billions of dollars.
President Trump gathering top oil executives at the White House, pressing them to rebuild the industry in Venezuela.
We have to get them to invest, and then we have to get their money back as quickly as we can, and then we can divvy it all up between Venezuela, the United States, and them.
Trump promising government-backed security for those investments, but not saying whether U.S. troops would be involved.
And you have total safety, total security. One of the reasons you couldn't go in is you had no guarantees, you had no security, but now you have total security.
But some CEOs like Exxon's Darren Woods blunt about the risks.
We've had our assets seized there twice, and so you can imagine to re-enter a third time would require some pretty significant changes. If we look at the legal and commercial constructs and frameworks in place today in Venezuela, today it's uninvestable.
This as the U.S. military seized a 5th oil tanker in the Caribbean, Navy and Marines rappelling down ropes to take control of the ship. And just 1 week after the U.S. captured Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro and Trump declared the U.S. is running the country, President Trump now ramping up threats to take Greenland by force, if necessary, from our NATO ally, Denmark.
I would like to make a deal, the easy way, but if we don't do it the easy way, we're going to do it the hard way.
Denmark insists Greenland is not for sale, but Trump is now questioning whether Greenland even belongs to Denmark.
The fact that they had a boat land there 500 years ago doesn't mean that they own the land.
And President Trump says he'll meet with Venezuela's opposition leader Maria Machado at the White House next week, though President Trump has said that it would be tough for her to lead Venezuela. But when asked yesterday whether he'd reconsider if she gave him her Nobel Peace Prize, President Trump said he can't think of anyone in history who deserves the prize more than him. Gio.
And it's just incredible, as Janae reminded me earlier, that Venezuela was just 7 days ago. And so much has happened ever since. Selena Wang, thank you so much. Now to the anti-government protests in Iran and the threat of a crackdown by the nation's supreme religious leader. ABC's Marcus Moore is in London following this. Marcus, good morning.
Jill, good morning. What we are seeing unfold in Iran is remarkable. 13 straight days of protest in the country, people taking to the streets of Tehran and other cities over the economic situation there, severe inflation and a collapse in Iran's currency. And these are people who defied warnings from Iranian officials who threatened to shoot protesters. At least 65 people have been killed, including members of Iran's security force, and more than 2,300 arrested. And there is a nationwide communications blackout. Internet, cell phone, and landlines have all been cut off. The Ayatollah, Iran's supreme leader, has accused protesters of trying to please President Trump, who last night reiterated his warning to Iranian leaders, saying that if they start killing people, we will get involved. We will hit them hard where it hurts. He also said, you better not start shooting. If you start shooting, we will start shooting. So the situation in Iran has only seemed to escalate. And this is truly an unprecedented moment that we're watching. Iran's leadership under immense pressure amid growing unrest in the country. Whit.
Yeah, volatile situation. Marcus Moore for us. Thanks so much. And in Switzerland, meantime, a national day of mourning for the victims of the catastrophic bar fire during a New Year's Eve celebration. 40 people were killed, more than 100 injured when flames broke out. Authorities have now detained one of the owners of the bar, who is now in pretrial detention, they say, to avoid a flight risk. He and his wife, also a co-owner, are facing a criminal investigation suspected of involuntary homicide. Janae?
All right. Now to Luigi Mangione back in court as his lawyers try to take the death penalty off the table in his case. He's accused, of course, of killing United Healthcare executive Brian Thompson. ABC's Olivia Rubin is here with those details. Good morning, Olivia.
Janae, good morning. This is a high-stakes hearing to argue one of the most consequential aspects of this trial, the death penalty. Luigi Mangione back in a packed federal courtroom in Manhattan full of his supporters, some of whom flew all the way from Italy so he could urge a judge to take the death penalty off the table in a case that accuses him of murdering United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The judge has not yet ruled on that issue, but she did make a key determination on some of the evidence here, ruling Mangione's backpack was properly seized when he was arrested in a Pennsylvania McDonald's last year. Now, the judge has to decide if the critical evidence inside of that backpack, including a gun, will go before the jury, something Mangione, who has pleaded not guilty to state and federal charges, is trying to prevent. And as for the question on everyone's mind, we're now getting the first indication of when a trial might actually begin. The judge saying if the death penalty is taken off the table, the trial could start as soon as this fall. But if the death penalty remains, it could slide to December or even next January, Gio.
All right, so a lot of months to look forward to here. All right, thank you so much, Olivia. Now to Oklahoma and the search for a missing 12-year-old boy whose parents are suspected of child abuse. Ryan Davis was last seen a week ago in Chickasha. This week, authorities arrested his mother and stepfather on multiple charges. Police say they believe the boy is still alive and say they're doing everything they can to find him. Whit?
Gio, we're following new details in the investigation into the killings of an Ohio dentist and his wife in their home. ABC's Ike Ajachi joins us with the latest. Ike, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Whit. This is a chilling new layer in the murder mystery that's shaken an Ohio community. A well-known Columbus dentist and his wife found shot to death in their home, and now investigators are piecing together a disturbing timeline. Newly released 911 calls and body camera footage revealing what happened the days leading up into those killings. This morning, new details in the murder mystery of an Ohio dentist and his wife in their Columbus home over the holidays. ABC News obtaining this 911 call made by a neighbor of Dr. Spencer Tepe and his wife Monique less than 2 weeks before the murders, and during the same time frame police believe they were killed.
Somebody's knocking on my door. I think they're trying to get in.
Do you know who this is?
No. I'm scared.
11 days later, the Tepes were found shot to death. Police releasing this surveillance video of a person of interest who was seen in an alley near their residence between the hours of 2 and 5 a.m. when they believe the murders happened. Police telling ABC News they have no indication that the neighbor's 911 call is connected to the Tepe investigation. And Columbus police also releasing this new body camera video showing one of their officers going to the wrong address after Dr. Tepe's boss called authorities asking for a wellness check when he didn't show up to work that morning.
He is always on time. This is very out of character. And we can't get in touch with his wife, which is probably the more concerning thing.
Columbus Police Chief Elaine Bryant telling our affiliate WSYX.
We did receive a call for a wellness check. I think it was around 9:03 a.m. That officer, unfortunately, went to the wrong location.
Police say 40 minutes later, they received another wellness call, a concerned friend showing up to the Tepe house, making the grim discovery.
There's a body. He's laying next to his bed, off of his bed, and there's blood.
Now, Columbus Police Chief Elaine Bryant was asked if this was a targeted attack, and she refrained from calling it that, saying they don't even have a suspect yet, and they're still piecing this crime together. But she says her department is turning over every stone and stressing to the community that any tip or any information is welcomed and could break this case wide open, guys.
And really wild story. Ike, thank you so much. Now to the chaotic scene that unfolded in Henderson, Nevada. Police saying officers opened fire when a suspect driving an allegedly stolen front loader tried to run them over. That heavy machinery rammed into two patrol cars. ABC's Ashwin Singh is here with the latest. It was all captured on video, Ashwin.
Yeah, morning, Janae. The video we're about to show you from outside of Las Vegas is almost unbelievable. It's the moment officers opened fire after a man in a stolen construction vehicle drove straight at them. Take a look. Newly released police body camera and patrol footage show the terrifying moments the suspect gets behind the wheel of a massive front loader. A 39,000-pound construction vehicle, authorities say stolen from a site near Henderson, Nevada last weekend. Officers were responding to multiple calls reporting a man trying to hotwire the machinery when a security guard on scene told dispatchers the suspect had threatened to kill him and was allegedly armed with a screwdriver.
Looks like he's hotwiring one of the bulldozers right now.
Another caller warning.
He's trying to run over the police officer right now.
When the first officer arrived and repeatedly ordered the driver to stop,
Hey, stop!
Police say he instead accelerated the stolen loader toward her patrol vehicle.
Stop!
She fired, but the suspect kept advancing, forcing her to retreat on foot. A second officer then confronted the loader as it rammed both patrol vehicles. That officer also fired at the suspect, who police have since identified as 33-year-old Juan Uriel Rincon Carreno.
During the struggle, 2 officers and the suspect fell approximately 7 feet from the front loader to the ground. The suspect, who had sustained 2 gunshot wounds, was also transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
Both officers who fired their weapons have been placed on administrative leave. And guys, the Henderson Police Department says this is the city's first officer-involved shooting of 2026. Investigators continue to review body cam footage and 911 recordings as part of an ongoing inquiry. Guys?
Unbelievable video. All right,
Truly.
awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, well, to college football and the big games overnight. Indiana taking the Peach Bowl and moving on to the national championship game against Miami. Your Miami. ABC's Andrew Dimbert joins us. His Miami with the highlights.
Right.
Good morning, Andrew.
Say that one more time. Miami in the national championship. I just pinched pinch me. Okay? Obviously went to the U. Love the U. All right, this final, though, will be one to watch because for Indiana, it's been a remarkable journey. They've been perfect all year chasing the school's first ever title. For Miami, the U, a rebirth back into national prominence.
This is intercepted. It's going to be run in for an Indiana touchdown.
The stage is set for the college football national championship with 2 programs, Miami and Indiana, chasing history. The Hoosiers steamrolling Oregon in the Peach Bowl semifinal, scoring first and often.
Mendoza ends zone. Touchdown! Deep throw, Charlie Becker! Touchdown, Indiana!
Continuing an undefeated campaign. For Indiana, it's not a return, but an arrival. The Hoosiers have never won or played in a college football national championship until now.
The defense played fantastic, 28 points off of turnovers. The Hoggies always spectacular, and the man above did so much for us today and has helped myself and our entire team play such a high level.
Launching downfield, wide open is Marion, another bust.
Miami eking out a win against Ole Miss in the semifinals in a back-and-forth thriller that came down to the wire.
Still looking, takes off running, Carson back with his legs.
They know exactly who they are, and they know what it took to get us to this point, and they were not settling for getting to this point just to get here.
All eyes now on South Florida for the title game. For the Miami Hurricanes, it's a long-awaited return to title contention. Once the sport's definition of dominance, winning 5 national titles, the Canes haven't competed for one in over 2 decades.
No college football team has ever won it all at home in the modern era. Kickoff is set for 7:30 p.m. Eastern, Monday, January 19th at Hard Rock Stadium, guys. The Rock.
The Rock.
You know, I didn't go to the U. I went to the Few. That's what we call FIU.
FIU. Hey,
but I still root for the
That's
U.
right.
So go Miami. All right.
It's going to be tough, though. Indiana's favored by like 8 points.
Yeah,
already.
if Fernando Mendoza wins
Mendoza.
in Miami.
Look, maybe an upset. Who knows? Andrew, thank you so much. After 18 weeks, the NFL regular season has come to a close. Coming up, the playoffs. They are here. Still ahead, we've got ESPN's coach, Herm Edwards. Look at him right there, joining us live in studio. His annual trip to New York, breaking down today's doubleheader.
Also ahead, the new CDC numbers on the flu, what they reveal about the risk to young children, and why doctors warn that we are not out of the woods just yet.
And I'll be back with the latest from Minneapolis and the investigation into the deadly ICE shooting of Renee Good. The police chief of Minneapolis will join us live.
Welcome back to GMA. You guys, the wait is over. That is Bruno Mars with new music that just dropped. You're not seeing things. The DJ and everyone playing an instrument in the video is also Bruno Mars.
Oh, is it really?
Yes. This is the lead single for his new album that comes out next month. Mars also announcing a new North American and European tour that kicks off in April in Las Vegas. Pre-sale tickets go on sale January 14th. People rave about seeing Bruno Mars in concert.
I mean, what a star. For a second, I was like, did he hire quadruplets?
No, it's him. It's him.
That's
He's a
good.
hit maker.
Oh, such a good stuff. All right, let's take a look at some of the other big stories we're following here on this Saturday morning. The latest CDC numbers showing elevated flu levels across the U.S., especially for kids, with at least 15 million illnesses, 180,000 hospitalizations, and 7,400 deaths so far this season. This comes as pharmacy chain Walgreens tells ABC that demand for over-the-counter cold and flu medications and at-home flu and COVID tests increased 155% over the last 3 weeks at their stores.
The U.S. added 50,000 jobs in December. That's a drop from 64,000 in November, despite the Federal Reserve's effort to boost hiring with a recent series of interest rate cuts. The Bureau of Labor Statistics also saying the unemployment rate dropped to 4.4%.
No collective bargaining agreement for the WNBA Players Union. With the deadline expiring overnight, the league enters what it calls a status quo period. That means negotiations will continue with the current agreement remaining in effect. There have already been 2 previous extensions, but are far apart from the league on key issues, including salary. So a lot to look at there. All right, let's go back to Whit right now, who is in Minneapolis. Whit.
All right, Gio and Janae, we do begin this half hour with the latest on the deadly shooting here in Minneapolis. Tensions flaring in Minnesota and across the country as demonstrations grow over the fatal ICE shooting of Renee Good. Many calling for an end to large-scale deployments of ICE agents. Meanwhile, authorities in Minnesota opened their own investigation into the incident. And joining me now is Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara. And Chief O'Hara, if you could come in here, thank you so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it. First, I'd like to start with some of the protests overnight. I understand an unlawful assembly was declared. We've seen these protests night after night. What are you and the department doing to keep people safe?
Yeah. Well, we've had many protests throughout the city and different marches around, but last night, the one downtown that was specifically targeting 2 of the hotels downtown, that's where things crossed the line. We do everything that we can to enable people to protest, to peaceably assemble and exercise their First Amendment rights. But once it crosses the line and people want to throw rocks or try and damage property or threaten the safety of people's lives, that's when we step in.
I know you've been working with other law enforcement agencies to help keep the peace as much as possible around here. I do want to ask you about the latest video that's been circulating, this from the perspective of the ICE agent who fired those shots. Based on your experience in law enforcement, what did you see, what stood out to you in that video?
Well, I think for many years in law enforcement, police policies, police trainings, try and avoid placing law enforcement officers during a traffic stop in a situation where their lives may unnecessarily be placed at risk. You know, the other thing about that situation is, I would say, trying to ensure that our officers do not unnecessarily stand in front of cars, that if cars are starting to take off, that you try and get out of the way if possible, so that our police officers don't unnecessarily create the reason why deadly force might be necessary. And the reason that is for many years we have known, obviously, that shooting into cars is not necessarily effective at stopping them. And then you can have a vehicle continue as an uncontrolled projectile that can then injure other people.
So obviously a lot of this has to play out in the investigation, and strong opinions on all sides. But what about the perspective of, we've been talking to neighbors and community members who were actually monitoring and following some of these ICE agents. What is your message to them about the safety of doing that sort of thing?
Well, my message to them is the same message to the protesters. We will do everything we can to ensure people have the ability to peaceably assemble, to observe, record, and object to law enforcement activity, whether that's the activity that we are doing ourselves or other government activity in the city. But clearly, there's a line that you cannot cross. You cannot engage in unlawful conduct. You cannot break the law. And so that's why we ask people, whether they're protesting or observing or what have you, whatever you do so lawfully and peacefully.
We talked about the investigation. The FBI is conducting it. State and local officials have essentially been blocked out here. Do you worry that there could be an issue with transparency and the credibility of the investigation, how people see it?
Well, I think that's exactly the problem. I think no matter what happens at this point, there's certainly been, the community is going to perceive a loss of credibility, a loss of trust, which is unfortunate because the professional special agents in the FBI here in Minnesota work with us every single day addressing crime and violence in the state, as do the professional agents of the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension. We all work together. These people are consummate law enforcement professionals, but I think the real damage is going to be done because there's just going to be more and more people that are going to question whether or not a full, thorough, and impartial investigation has been done.
Chief O'Hara, thank you so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it. Wishing the best to you and the rest of the community here in Minneapolis through this time.
Thank you, Whit.
Gio and Janae, I'm going to send it back to you guys.
Yeah, Whit, that was a powerful and important interview. Thank you so much for bringing that to us.
Now to today's must-see NFL.
Oh,
what was that sound?
Wow.
It is game time, baby. Now to today's wild card games. ESPN analyst, our guy, Coach Herm Edwards, is here in studio to help us break it all down. Herm, it is so good to have you with us in New York.
It's good to be here again.
It is fantastic to have you. So before we get to the NFL, the college football playoff championship game is set. Indiana, Miami, they'll battle it out January 19th. Inside the home of the Hurricanes. Who are you liking here? You're going for Indiana.
Boy. Well, no, I'm not going to say that.
Be careful, there's Miami boy right
here. I know. I like Miami's speed. They're fast. They're a fast football team. Indiana is physical, and they haven't lost. They have a lot of momentum right now. They have the Heisman Trophy winner that's playing quarterback. And what happened last night, I think people didn't realize how good their defense was, because the defense really dictated the turns early in the game. They were out of the game early after the turnovers. 3 turnovers in that game early. They're done. Their defense is stout. It's going to be a good football game. Two of the best teams are playing.
All right.
And that's what you want.
No, make him answer. Who are you going with, Coach?
I'm going to go.
Come on.
My wife likes the quarterback, so I got to go with Indiana because I don't want to make her mad.
All right, we'll see what happens. All right, so let's turn to the pros. Carolina Panthers, they're hosting the LA Rams. The first of 6 wild card games. Carolina pulled off an upset against the Rams during the regular season. Can they do it again?
No.
Oh?
I think the Rams are. Think about Carolina. They've done a remarkable job of getting to the playoffs. They're in a division that 8 and 9 won the division. There were 3 teams 8 and 9 in that division in the NFC South. The Rams are in the best division in football. Seattle, San Francisco, the Rams. 3 teams come out of the division going to the playoffs. The Rams, Matthew Stafford is a really good quarterback, and he's 46 touchdown passes. I don't know if they can stop this offense of the Rams right now, Carolina. So I'm going with the Rams. I don't think the Rams are going to lose to Carolina twice in 1 year.
All right.
All right, we'll be watching that one. And in the second game, it's a classic matchup. The Green Bay Packers, the Chicago Bears. I'm from outside Chicago, so I'm pulling for the Bears. Coach Ben Johnson, quarterback Caleb Williams, also Heisman Trophy winner. They've got Bears fans believing again. What can we expect?
This is not the bad news Bears anymore. These are the good Bears. And Caleb Williams is playing out of sight. And you're right, Ben Johnson has transformed this quarterback. They're a hot team. The Green Bay Packers have a lot of tradition, but I like this Bear team. I just like the way they're playing. And here's what they do really good on defense. They take the ball away. They're plus 22 in the giveaway takeaway. So they take the ball. That allows your offense to have possessions. I'm going with Chicago.
We like
it's
that.
It's a nice story, isn't it? It's just a nice story right now.
That's right. All right, so you were a coach. Let's talk about the coaches for a second. Because Miami Dolphins, they just fired Mike McDaniels on Thursday. 8 NFL teams without a coach right now. Is it normal?
Generally, average is about 5 a year.
Okay.
They went a little bit over this year. But you never know. I mean, as soon as you think it's and you know what? It's funny because a lot of these things go this way. They say, well, like Coach Harbaugh. The rumors out, well, the players were tired. It's not the players. It's the fans.
Yeah.
The fans get tired of the same coach. They just do. You know, after 10 years, we need another guy. It's not the players. The players love the coach. I mean, he's a good coach. They know that. So it'll be interesting, some of these jobs, and that's probably the best job.
Miami?
The Raven job.
Oh, okay.
Because of the talent they have. They have one of the most talented rosters in the league right now. Offensively and defensively. The projection for those guys was actually to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. That did not happen. But they have a talented roster. There's no doubt about that.
No doubt about it. Gio and I completely agree with you.
They're very good on
as football experts ourselves.
I know.
And so, as you know, it's now time to crown this season's Who's with Herm champion. So let's bring in our poor friend who did not win. Whit! They got
you in the cold, brother.
Well, he won last year.
He did.
That's the thing. That's exactly it. See, I am the defending champion, so it is my duty to present the new winner of the Who's with Herm. But before I do that, I'd like to publicly apologize for all the trash talking I did. And now Gio doing what he does best, which is follow his heart. It led him all the way to the championship. So Gio with 11 wins, congratulations, the surprise of the NFL season. Forget about the Chiefs not making the playoffs. Gio wins the cup. And by the way, it's filled with snacks, I'm told, like almonds and yogurt.
All the healthy
all
stuff.
Of your favorite
I like
things,
that.
Gio.
Whit, why is it a surprise? Use that word surprise. Why?
Because you were guessing half of the time.
You're good at many things.
You have no idea what teams you're picking. You just pick a team.
All right, now to all the fun as thousands of runners getting gear for Walt Disney World's Marathon Weekend. And ABC's Will Gans joins us from Orlando. Oh, look at that with all the friends, Will. What's up?
Oh, today we are coming at you live from Cinderella Castle because for the first time this marathon weekend, runners are racing throughout Magic Kingdom as they complete Donald and Daisy's half marathon this morning. Now, if 13.1 miles seems like a lot to you, imagine this. There are a group of athletes here doing the Dopey Challenge, which means they ran the 5K Thursday, the 10K Friday, the half marathon today, and the full marathon tomorrow. That's 48.6 miles in total. But these are not your average miles, guys. In fact, I had so much fun running the 5K that I went rogue and ran the 10K before GMA yesterday. Obviously, I stopped for as many photos as humanly possible. Running in costume isn't required around here, but so many runners do dress up for the races. And we've spoken to so many people who made friends at a previous race and returned this weekend to run together as a group. Now, that is some real Disney magic for you. And speaking of Disney magic, coming up in our next hour, we have a sneak peek of all the magic coming to the parks this year. Sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it, Donald? Doesn't it, Daisy? Doesn't it, guys?
It sure does. It sure does. Hey, Will, have a magical day. All right. We'll be right back.
Already done. Check.
We'll be back here on GMA.
Good morning, America. Breaking overnight, protests in Minneapolis and across the country as new video shows the moments before the killing of Renee Good.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you.
Recorded by the ICE officer who fired the fatal shots. We're live in Minnesota with the Minneapolis police chief as the investigation continues this morning.
The fix for 26. Insider tips you need to know if you're on the hunt for a new job. why experts say old strategies are no longer working.
A GMA exclusive first look at all the fresh fun at Walt Disney World, from the new thrills on Thunder Mountain, the new trip into Zootopia 2, and Buzz Lightyear is taking us to infinity and beyond. Plus all the discounts you can score in 2026. We're live at the Magic Kingdom.
And we're hanging with Herm. Coach Herm Edwards is here, breaking down the sideline debates and answering some of life's bigger questions, like should the tush push be banned? And he's saying,
Good morning, America.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Saturday. Good morning, America.
It is Saturday. Good morning, America. Thank you for joining us. We're looking forward to having Coach Herm Edwards here with us this morning. He is so much fun. A lot of fun and other good news that we will get to this morning. Whit is co-anchoring with us this morning from Minneapolis, and that's where we begin this morning, the deadly ICE shooting there. ABC News obtaining new cell phone video showing the moments leading up to the shooting of Renee Good. That video was recorded by the ICE agent who fired the fatal shots.
This week, anger and outrage spilled out across the nation. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry is pleading for transparency. Whit has been on the ground in Minneapolis covering the killing, the investigation, and the protests. Whit.
Hey, Gio and Janae, good morning to you both once again. This is a community on edge, emotions running high. We've seen it firsthand, and it's boiling over into demonstrations across the country. Organizers say hundreds of more protests are planned for today and tomorrow. This latest video from the perspective of the ICE agent only deepening the divide. A warning, the videos you're about to see are difficult to watch.
This morning, disturbing new video of Renee Good's final moments.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you.
Reportedly captured on the cell phone camera of ICE agent Jonathan Ross, accused of shooting and killing her. You can see his masked face in the vehicle's reflection as he circles her maroon SUV. Good's partner Becca also recording as he checks the license plate.
It's okay, we don't change our plates every morning.
Then another agent yelling at Good to get out of the vehicle.
I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead. Out the car.
Agent Ross moves to the front of the SUV as it moves forward.
Oh!
He fires 3 shots, including one through the windshield. Good then crashing into a parked car. Witnesses outraged.
Shame! Shame! What did you guys do? You made a crime scene! You shot someone!
Some law enforcement experts telling ABC News agents are trained not to stand in front of a vehicle. But the Trump administration insisting the agent acted in self-defense.
I can believe that her death is a tragedy while also recognizing that it's a tragedy of her own making.
We showed the new video to Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry.
He walked away with a hop in his step from the incident. There's another person that's dead. He held on his cell phone. I think that speaks for itself.
Does that video, that angle, change your perspective at all about what may have happened?
I think an investigation could change or affirm my perspective. But we've got all 2 eyes. And I can see a person that is trying to leave. I can see an ICE agent that was not run over by a car. That didn't happen.
Mayor Fry has not minced words when demanding ICE leave his city.
Get the out of Minneapolis.
His critics accusing him of escalating tensions.
Some have criticized you for your profanity, your language in response to this tragedy. Do you have any regrets about the words you've used?
I stand by what I've said. We have been saying that if ICE keeps behaving the way that they are, that someone is either going to get seriously injured or killed, whether that is a resident, a civilian, a police officer, or an ICE agent. And tragically, the latter happened. Somebody got killed. The bottom line is this: if they're saying that my F-bomb was inflammatory, I'd argue that the more inflammatory aspect was a killing where somebody died.
And we just spoke with the Minneapolis police chief in our last hour. He said the protests here last night were the worst they've seen since the shooting of Renee Good. They had to declare an unlawful assembly. The governor has also authorized the National Guard to be staged and ready if needed. Janae?
Whit, thank you so much. We appreciate your coverage there this week and this morning. Thank you again. Now to the U.S. seizing a fifth oil tanker linked to Venezuela as the president meets with oil executives. During the White House meeting, President Trump promised government-backed security for those investments, but did not say whether U.S. troops would be involved. The U.S. military, meanwhile, releasing video of the Navy and Marines rappelling down ropes to take control of a tanker just 1 week after the U.S. captured Venezuela's president, Nicolas Maduro. Gio.
Okay, Janae, now to a GMA health alert. The latest CDC numbers showing elevated flu levels across the U.S., especially for kids. And this comes as demand for the over-the-counter cold and flu medications and those at-home flu and COVID tests increased 155% just over the last 3 weeks at Walgreens stores. The pharmacy chain telling ABC News that. And Jacqueline Lee has more on all of this. Jacqueline, these numbers are really concerning.
Absolutely, Gio. Good morning. So the rate of kids under 4 years old visiting the doctor for flu-like illness is the highest level seen since 2016. The CDC estimating at least 15 million illnesses, 180,000 hospitalizations, and 7,400 deaths from the flu this season. That's about a 50% increase in hospitalizations and 48% increase in deaths compared to last week's update. Now, the bulk of cases are linked to a new variant called subclade K. The mutations in the new variant, they're a mismatch for this season's flu vaccine composition. Experts say, though, you want to get the flu vaccine. It will help reduce the risk of severe illness. Janae.
Jacqueline, actually, before you go, I have one question here. There's new information about a measles outbreak in South Carolina.
Yeah, that's right, Gio. So actually, since last Tuesday, 99 new measles cases have been reported in South Carolina, bringing the total cases to 310. There are currently 200 people in quarantine. State health officials continuing to push for everyone to get vaccinated. Janae.
All right, Jacqueline Lee, thank you so much. Switching gears now to college football and Indiana taking the Peach Bowl. So moving on to the national championship game against Miami. A high-scoring game overnight. The Hoosiers taking the Oregon Ducks down 56-22. The national championship is monumental for the Hoosiers. They have never played or won in a national college football championship. The Hoosiers will face Miami on Monday, the 19th on ESPN, and people are fired up.
I'm happy about sports. Janae being back in action. Yes, thank you. All right, coming up on our GMA morning menu here, tips on how to score a new job in 2026.
Also ahead, Tori Johnson is here with deals to start the new year off on the right foot.
And Will Gans is at Walt Disney World with a GMA sneak peek and some friends. Hey, Will.
Oh, yeah. These are my best buddies for the morning, Donald and Daisy, who just hosted the half marathon here. We are going to have a look at the latest and future fun Walt Disney World has to offer, from Zootopia 2 to Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. And we'll tell you about some excellent discounts you can score as well. That's all coming up right here on GMA.
We are back now with our new series, The Fix in 26. Data released yesterday showed a slowdown in job growth last year amid a slew of layoffs. So here with what you need to know about scoring a new job or keeping the one you have is Emily Durham, a former job recruiter with insider tips on what works and what doesn't. Emily, thank you for being here. This must be on the minds of so many Americans. So what are some key strategies for job seekers in the current market?
So I have three. The first is we need to be networking, but with the right people. Stop reaching out to recruiters. They're inundated with messages. Instead, let's go to decision makers like leadership and managers. Let's also go to niche networking events. No more career fairs, okay? Let's get in-house niche industry events. You can Google those, lots on Eventbrite to check those out. And I'm a big believer in being a LinkedIn influencer. Don't be scared to share and repost. Make sure people know your name because you're active online.
Oh, that's so smart. And part of that is really getting rid of all of these like old strategies that we used to have, bringing new things in. So what are your lists of don'ts?
I am personally over customizing a resume. It is happening because people are able to do it at a high volume with AI, so it no longer means anything. I no longer am advising you reach out to recruiters. They're not responding, my friends. And I'm also just a big believer, again, in that strategic networking piece is a really, really big one. And I also think this is just the time to ditch the high volume applications because, again, they're not getting opened at the same rate. Let's focus on networking.
Okay, so less is more almost, and putting that energy into it. So moving moving on to keeping a job, with so many layoffs in the news, what's your advice here?
First of all, be gentle with yourself because this is a really difficult time. I'm a big believer in the 10% rule. You need to ask yourself, what does my employer lose if they lose me as a person? I think 10% of your work week needs to be spent on highly visible work, so the stuff your boss is going to hear about, or the stuff that's slightly outside of the scope of your job that gives you a little razzle-dazzle. Maybe you lean into an employee resource group. Maybe you mentor someone. That's the stuff that helps you stick around. And also, be an office celebrity. Be the person people want to work with, they admire. Have that personality and small talk with the right people when you're in person, especially.
What I hear you say is that your biggest tip is connection, human connection, right?
Yes, in the age of AI, the only thing that's setting us apart is the ability to have relationships. That's really it.
You narrowed that down so perfectly and poignantly. In the world of AI, human connection is what we've got. Emily, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you
so much. All right, now to a GMA first look at what's new at Walt Disney World this year. And Will Gans, I cannot imagine a better place for you this morning. Look at you go. Oh, Donald.
Well, here's what's brand new this morning, these dance moves. Daisy and Donald hosted a half marathon this morning, and now they're joining us here. Guys, the vibes at Magic Kingdom couldn't be any better. Runners passing right in front of Cinderella Castle all morning long. Their family and friends celebrating this morning's half marathon. Yes, hosted by these two, but y'all, this is just the beginning of all the magic and great energy coming to Walt Disney World this year. Take a look at this.
From splashy savings to high-flying thrills. In 2026, Walt Disney World Resort is bringing the thunder. When Big Thunder Mountain Railroad reopens this spring,
all new trains, audio animatronics refreshed throughout, effects, stuff that hasn't been going for years is returning.
the classic ride transporting you right into the mid-1800s.
You're gonna see these beautiful rainbow caverns. Then all of a sudden comes to life as the mountain pushes back against you, and maybe finally seeing some gold out on the mountain for the first time ever as well.
At Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin, buckle up for new Star Cruisers, blasters, and scenes.
What is new here today is actually the scene that's right here behind me. And you see our alien friends opening that airlock so we can head out into space and start our battle with Emperor Zurg.
Thankfully, we won't have to face Zurg alone.
We're going to see Buzz Lightyear for the first time join you in that battle.
And at Animal Kingdom, it's time to raise the hoof.
Glasses on, everyone! Let's get wild! A zoo,
Following the phenomenon of Zootopia 2, Heidi Howler is joining the fun.
T-shirt, t-shirt, t-shirt!
At Zootopia, better Zoogether under the Tree of Life. And at Epcot, starting this Memorial Day, new scenic vistas come to soaring across America in celebration of our nation's 250th birthday. Next door at Disney's Hollywood Studios, hold on tight for Rockin' Roller Coaster starring The Muppets beginning this summer. And speaking of summer, Cool Kids Summer is back and raising the bar. We met up with Jesse and Woody ahead of the new Jesse's Roundup.
2026 shaping up to be a bigger year than ever before at Walt Disney World, but I guess everything seems sort of big when you're a toy, huh?
2026 is looking up. No pixie dust required.
And now, winging it would be fine if you're a duck, right, Donald, right, Daisy? But for the rest of us who like to plan ahead and get a great deal, here's what you should know. From May 26th through September 15th, you can book 4 nights or longer at a Disney Resort hotel with park passes and get up to 2 free room nights and 2 free theme park tickets. And if you check in between May 26th and September 8th, you can visit a water park here for free the day that you check into your Disney Resort hotel. And for everyone else, if you need us, I think you can tell the party is going very, very strong here in the Magic Kingdom. Janae?
Oh my gosh, Will, you are having way too much fun. Thank you for all of that. Back here in studio, it is time for Deals and Steals. This morning, Tori Johnson is helping us feel our best as we kick off the new year. And all of these products are from small businesses.
Yes, all right,
what are
we're
we starting with?
Your self-care haul here includes new socks for the new year. These are all from Swiftwick. What I love to start by saying is they are guaranteed for life.
Ooh.
So you can just be comfortable knowing that you're buying really great socks. Everything is engineered for endurance.
Okay.
So these are really about going the long haul. Advanced moisture wicking, optimal compression. Feel this pair right here. This has this, that is their maximum
These
cushioning.
are thick
It's
too.
got
Yeah.
incredible support. So depending on what you're using your socks for and the type of shoes you're wearing, they've got a sock for you. Everything slashed in half, and again, guaranteed for life.
Good
The ankle
stuff.
ones are a favorite. Okay, Nabozo. Sticking with our feet here.
Yeah.
This is a line created by a podiatrist. So that is a sock with those stimulating pieces.
Yeah.
But this is actually inside out. You'd wear this with those little blue dots.
So it's hitting your feet as you're walking.
And so it stimulates to create more awareness of feet, helps with foot recovery, strengthening. They're now expanding even into leg strength. So we've got the Kinesis boards here, which are really great for balance. So
Okay.
this is like a
Oh.
1-foot board.
Yeah.
We've got these, there you go. There's a little
Cool.
quick picture of it there. These are incredible insoles for feet that again helps to reduce foot fatigue, strengthen feet. It's all about recovery and strengthening feet with every single one of the products, all about texture, all 50% off.
Good stuff.
Yeah, really good. Okay, we're going to ice therapy
Yeah.
here. Feel this right here. We put this in the freezer overnight.
Oh my
Very
gosh.
cold. So
It's cold and it's not wet.
That's right. Not wet, and it's pillowy.
Yeah.
And it moves. So typically when you freeze something, it's like rock
Stuck,
solid.
yeah.
That's not. That's like
Wow.
pillowy cloud-like comfort.
Yeah.
That would go on your head just like this for headache relief. But then they've got them for almost, every body part, whether it's you've got an issue with your shoulder, your ankle, your wrist, there is an option for you. There's even a towel that's really great. It's a cold active towel that's really great for after the gym or kids after sports. So cold and hot therapy with all of this, all slash and half starts under $7.
It feels really good.
Feels really good. And the top price on that's only $20. So just so you have an idea, relief at a great price. Okay, this is bareback. So you get this really great piece like this, and then you can buy various attachments because how do you get to your back? How do you exfoliate your back? How do you put lotion on your back? For some people,
Twisting and turning.
Twisting and turning or asking somebody else, but you can exfoliate yourself, apply. Those are razors, so that one's not gonna be for you, but a back razor for those who need it. So this is really about solving those everyday self-care challenges that we just sort of give up on. Yeah. You don't have to. With this bareback, all 50% off starts at $7.
Okay,
all right.
popcorn.
I do see a taster who is coming over
He's
to try
popcorn.
this
He's coming.
cob.
You can't keep me away from this.
Can't keep you away. So it's
That's the one I want.
that's
Olive oil.
okay. So gluten-free, founded by
hopeful.
gluten-free tennis legend Novak Djokovic.
Oh.
And it's cob and it's sorghum. So as opposed to there's no corn. Looks like popcorn, but there's no corn in this.
Corn?
Nope, no corn, no gluten. Sorghum, superfood, natural antioxidants, got lots of plant proteins in it.
Wow.
4 different flavors. You want to up your sock game? This is the one for you. All 50% off. It's okay if it makes a little mess.
Dropping it all over the
It's
studio.
good.
Look
And you
at
know
the
what?
nutrition
You
fact.
feel
You're gonna wanna
really
see
good
these. They're
from
good.
eating it. The
Oh my
nutrition
gosh,
is great,
yeah.
especially from a tennis legend.
He's making a mess.
Finally, Floatly. Amazing bras, leggings, underwear.
Yeah.
This is all about insane comfort.
It
Treat
looks like
yourself
it.
to everyday basics that are comfortable, that move with you instead of moving on you.
Yeah.
No one wants a bra that moves on them.
Yeah.
You want it to move with you. Everything from Floatly, comfortable and 50% off.
Amazing stuff to get our year started, Tori. Thank you so much. We've partnered with these companies on these great products. You can get them at gmadeals.com. Scan that QR code on the screen, takes you right there. We'll be right back.
It's good
here.
when Gio is still eating
Still
it.
eating
When
the
it's off
popcorn.
camera and he's
And
eating.
it's healthy. Stick around. We'll be right back here on GMA.
All right, we are back now on GMA with some of the top headlines we're following right now. A 13th straight day of protesting in Iran. With protests across the country, there is now a nationwide communications blackout. The Ayatollah has accused protesters of trying to appease President Trump.
And a hearing was held for Luigi Mangione about whether he could receive the death penalty. He's accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The judge saying if the death penalty is off the table, he could face trial as soon as the fall. Mangione has pled not guilty to state and federal charges.
A big wild card round for the NFL playoffs this weekend. This afternoon, the LA Rams face off against the Carolina Panthers. Tonight, a big Midwest rivalry, the Green Bay Packers against the Bears in Chicago. So we're looking forward to that.
We certainly are. Now we are turning to what women want men to know about menopause and perimenopause with Tamsin Fidel, author of the book How to Menopause. Let's take a look at a clip from her forthcoming documentary, Before the Pause.
Was just so lost.
You can just always be honest with me. If you're having those hard days, I can make them easier. Or if you need me away from you, I'll get away from you. And if you want me close, I'll be close to you. I don't, because I guess sometimes I just can't read you, and trying to guess what you're feeling could definitely make for worse days.
I love that. If you want me away from you.
Moly. Wow. Yes. Tamsin, it is so great to have you here. I'm sure there are so many people watching that who can relate.
Right?
Let's start with what you call the 5 M's that men need to know.
Yeah, this always excites me because when we're having a conversation about menopause and men, this is where it begins. The first one I think is mojo. That's the big thing, because I think that women are very confused during this time. Men are equally confused. And I always put that at the top because that's sort of where this conversation starts. Women have a low libido during this time. So mojo is, something that they don't have, and men get confused as to why. I think the next one, mood. Mood is a big one. That goes without saying. When you lose hormones, when your hormones start to peter off, you're feeling different. You're feeling anxious. You've got rage. You're not remembering things quite so well. And your mood can really decline during this time. So it's important to keep an eye on things so you know what's happening.
That's so important. Okay, so in your experience, what are the questions that partners should be asking the women who are going through this right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's some questions I think that are really important. One, of course, is there something I can do to help? I don't think that support means you have to have expertise. Yeah. I think support means you have to be there to listen. I'm here to listen. What can I do? How can I help? Is there something you want to talk about?
Say that again, because it's so important. You don't need to be an expert.
Yeah, you don't have to be an expert to be supportive. And I think sometimes that's where men worry. Men worry that they have to actually understand everything about menopause. I think where we are right now is really exciting, because when we talk about those 5 M's, we talk about all sorts of things. We talk about marriage and mood and mindset and mojo and making conversation. And I think what we're finally seeing right now in this menopause conversation is that companies are listening. Telehealth companies like MIDI are reaching out to me saying, we want to bring men into this conversation too. And that's what's so important, because if men understand the type of questions to ask, I think women feel they're understood somehow and not trying to explain it all.
So those benefits of the conversations, it not only helps, it helps both people in the situation, right?
Oh, gosh, doesn't it? Well, I think, first of all, a woman feels validated, right? And then I also think that when you have that active listening going on, you can communicate with each other about what's happening, so you're not left confused. If a guy doesn't understand, or your partner doesn't understand what's going on with you, they can assume the worst and go down another road and not realize what's happening. And I think women have been silenced way too long about this conversation. The fact that we're just starting to talk about menopause and perimenopause is mind-boggling to me. So I get real excited to have it.
Oh, absolutely. And this documentary, Before the Pause, it's not just for women. It can help men answer a lot of questions as well.
Absolutely. Well, you saw the couple that's in the documentary. What's important about it is we actually went to a men's group in Brooklyn, and we talked to a bunch of men who were talking with each other about menopause and how they talk to their wives and their partners about it. So it's really exciting. Dr. Lisa Mosconi, one of the renowned neuroscientists, is part of it. So she talks about the mind and the part that it plays. And we also talk about hormonal households in this film. So it's really understanding the years leading up to menopause, perimenopause, which can be up to 10 years of our life.
Wow. Oh my
gosh. I know. So it's really important we have this conversation. So we call it the prequel to menopause, which is Before the Pause.
Long overdue, at the same time, right on time, Tamsin. It is so great to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you both. I appreciate it.
And M Factor 2, Before the Pause, premieres March 19th on PBS. Congratulations again.
We will all be watching.
Thank you.
All right, ESPN analyst and former coach Herm Edwards is back to help us settle some burning questions.
This is my favorite segment.
Oh,
it's like trick or treating.
Oh, boy.
Who's naughty? Who's nice?
Oh,
they get the ball.
Oh boy.
Okay.
You complained about the budget cuts last year with the small
We got
football.
big
I was going to say, are these
Are these better?
These are much better. Okay, so since his weekly GMA segment is called Who's with Herm, we're flipping the script a little bit. This one's called Herm's with Whom?
Yes.
And Danny's our moderator.
I'm in charge here. So here are the rules.
Okay.
Guys, I'll ask a question. Okay. Gio, Lori, you move to the end zone of whichever answer you agree with.
Oh.
Coach, okay. You make your pick.
Whoever agrees with you, they get a football.
Okay.
You can throw it to them, but this
I
camera
won't throw it
equipment
to
is
them. I worry about
expensive,
the
so
skill
please
set.
be careful.
You worry about the skill set.
It's a skills issue.
We've got these big bags.
We'll tally up the
balls.
number at the end, and whoever wins absolutely nothing, which is somehow still better than the bowl of almonds you were given earlier. I don't know, but you play to win, don't you?
Correct.
I'm quoting him to him right now.
Don't forget the jingle, the hello. That's the most important thing.
You play to win.
There you go. Get the
Let's
jingle
go.
in there.
Let's start. First question. Okay, today's games. We've got the LA Rams against the Carolina Panthers, but we're saying, is it Hollywood Glam or is it Southern Charm? Who do you agree with? This is Hollywood Glam. This is Southern Charm. What do you prefer? Can we go? Yeah. Lori's going to Southern Charm.
I'm going to go to Southern Charm.
You glam, Janae.
I don't even know. I'm a little like Midwest.
Look
simple.
at you. You're glam.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Fine.
you're welcome. Okay, Coach, what do you think? Yes!
What?
That's right.
What?
That's right.
What? Man,
Yes.
you don't even live in LA.
But I live near LA.
No, you
It's hot.
don't.
I live in Northern California.
It's like 8 hours
We're in the
away.
same state.
You played for the
He is
Rams.
fighting for a win.
He played for the Rams.
I
Gio.
actually played for the Rams.
Come on now. Come on now. Okay, second question. Classic NFL matchup. We've got the Packers and Bears. But the real question, who does carbs and cheese better? Cheese curds or deep dish?
Watch it now.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, she's going
I'm
get
saying over here.
New York's about to kick you out. What do you think? Yeah, I'm over here. I'm cheese curds.
Coach?
Oh, wait a minute. We got pizza. No,
Okay,
I don't
you know
eat
what?
that.
In
That's
all
not.
fairness-
No. That's not pizza.
Yeah.
I'm in Philadelphia. They get that thin slice. You go in the deli and get the thin slice.
You know, the truth is I've never even had cheese curds.
Of course you haven't. Your favorite snack is almonds. Okay, you brought up Philadelphia. So I'm saying Goodell's taking a vacay.
Okay.
He grants one of you commissioner for a day. Tush push. Are you banning it or are you pro tush push? That's pro, that's against. This is a very controversial.
Banning it or making sure we see more of it?
More tush, less tush. Push.
This is a very difficult.
No, it's not.
Listen.
No, it's not.
What do y'all say? What does the studio
A goal without a
say?
plan is a witch.
Correct.
Make a decision.
More?
Ben?
Ben? I don't know. I'm getting some bands. I'm going over here. I'm getting some bands.
That's against tush push. This is
Get
pro.
over here. You are pretending.
I'll tell you like I'm going to tell all the fans.
Yeah, tell us,
You
Coach.
want to get rid of the tush push?
That's right.
Don't let the Eagles get in 2nd and 3.
Oh.
That's your problem.
Oh.
Not their problem. Don't let them get in 2nd 3 because they get in 2nd 3, they're going to do this. Let's go right over here. Go right over here. I got to get you a ball.
You're
killing me, Coach.
Oh, Lori. Here, Janae. Now, I don't want to do your job,
Okay,
but
look.
okay. Now the question that I contributed to this. You get to be Travis Kelce
Oh, you get
for a
another ball?
day.
You get 2? Janae,
For my
hey,
second
this
point.
is not trick or treat. You don't just get to pull out of my basket. Now you're going to get 2.
Okay, I don't know how to get this back
Anyway,
under
go ahead.
control. I am the moderator.
You're the moderator. You go.
This is my question. You get to be Travis Kelce for a day. Do you retire and spend every moment with Taylor Swift, which is my dream? Or do you spend another year with your other true love, Patrick Mahomes? What do you choose? Taylor Swift, Patrick Mahomes, retiring, another year.
Where's Patrick at?
He's over there.
Patrick's over there?
Oh,
Take everything.
who are you? Who are you?
I thought he was coming over
Who are you?
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Yeah, it's not even
It's not close.
Yeah, I mean, look
And
at
by the way,
those prices.
Patrick Mahomes ain't even playing. Just get over here.
We're
Just get
ready.
over here.
Okay.
You get 1.
Thank you.
You get 2. You're coming in last place again. You get 3.
Okay, you guys, I think this is going
we're done?
well.
Yeah,
no,
right?
we're not done.
Oh.
I guess I'll walk over here. I'm
Okay.
alone.
Okay.
What's better, Super Bowl commercials or the halftime show? Bad Bunny or commercials?
Bad Bunny.
This is
What?
halftime show,
Wait.
and this is commercials.
Yeah.
You're going commercials.
Yeah.
You like to
do it.
laugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that song
No,
called?
just
The
think of
girlfriends he
all the
has?
Super Bowl shows. Don't just think of this one.
Yeah, that's true.
Think of all the Super Bowl halftimes.
Commercials are like little mini films. They pull it.
Yeah.
Oh, just give the award already.
Yeah,
Really? You like the commercials?
I like the and the
Well,
game.
you gonna stand alone then, but the commercials.
Yeah.
You going back over here with the basket. Yeah, we going over here.
Okay, very good. We got one last question, I think.
Okay, what's that?
This question is, are you streaming a movie or are you going to the theater? The real question is, are you wearing real pants in public or are you sitting on your couch?
You have to wear real
But it
pants.
depends what movie.
No, I don't.
Gio.
No, I don't.
There's popcorn in the movie theater.
If you're
So the
streaming,
real movies over here.
Real
Where's the
movie
real-
theater or streaming on your couch.
I'm gonna scream.
I want to
I'm gonna
support
support the theater.
institution
I'm gonna
of
support theater.
going to
All right.
see
Oh my
movies
gosh,
in a
Yep.
that's so
theater.
great.
I'm
Yep.
streaming, and then
Okay,
I could
who are
flip. I could watch ESPN. I could watch ABC.
I'm trying to win him over. Oh, watch
I can see. I got him now, Jeanette. I got him.
You can watch it on your phone while you're watching the movie. In the movie. In the movie. Come on.
Italian.
You gotta go to the movie theater. The popcorn is always better in the movie theater.
Lori got 4. Janae, you're the winner.
Congratulations. Second annual.
Very great.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you guys so much. I would first like to thank my husband. And okay, coming up, if you need a good night's sleep.
You finally won. It's good.
Finally.
Look at that.
Lori Bergamato has ABC Secret Savings, all about getting the rest you need and deserve, and prices that can't be beat. Stick around.
It's pretty good.
This is good. Back now with ABC Secret Savings, GMA lifestyle contributor Lori Bergamato is here, and we're starting off with some really good stuff. I'm like obsessing over this.
I know. I love how into this.
Yeah.
So, Janae, this is from Word Warriors, and everybody at home, Janae was so excited about it because she was touching it. She's like, oh my God, this is so soft. It really is super soft. And everything, we've got pajamas, we've got sweatshirts, we've got sets. Everything has an inspirational word on it, Janae. And we could all, it's the beginning of the year, we could all use a little uplifting reminder.
Absolutely.
So you see here, they've got faith, they've got thankful, brave, peace. Just that thing that you want to cling on to and kind of carry with you through the night into the next day. This company was started by a young mom who survived cancer. Wow. So you can tell that every embroidered word, it's not just a marketing buzzword, it means something.
Yeah.
Everything feels really personal. And on top of that, you guys, it feels, the touch of everything just feels incredible. You can save 30%.
And they're just nice little flared, little differences about these things. I'm
Each
obsessed.
one, yes. So we move from what you're going to sleep in to what you're going to sleep on, you guys. And this is from Pluffle. So go ahead and give that a little squeeze. This is great to help support your neck, your back, your hips, your knees, all those places that sort of quietly revolt after a long day, right? Has that microfiber cooling. It's filled with memory foam, antibacterial cover here. So you'll always just feel nice and cool and really supported on all of those pressure points. This is 62% off plus free shipping. We know you guys love Pluffles. Great brand. Okay, moving on. This one's great. Everybody at home, if you are a hot sleeper, it's time to turn up the volume because this is from Sleep Zone. Soft, breathable.
What is this material?
It's incredible. It's proprietary, so I can't tell you.
But
But it's really,
look at this stretch.
It's fantastic stuff. 30 to 60% off. So much bedding. There's so many different things to choose from. I want to get to Nuzzy. This is calming, therapeutic weighted blankets. You can choose from 12 to 28
I have one of these at home.
It's fantastic, right? And you can choose the weight, Janae, so that you know if you need just like a little hug, a little embrace, or if you need like a lot of emotional support. These are 45% off plus free shipping. They also look beautiful, so they feel great and they look fantastic. Speaking of looking fantastic, let's look at Coach Herm Edwards here in his June robe. This is sweatshirt material on the outside, soft towel fabric.
Trying to be a mannequin.
On the inside.
Didn't work.
So there's like none of those annoying sleeves, right? No lost belt. It has a little inside pocket. Will you model for us, sir?
This is really nice.
Inside pocket.
Oh, this is really nice.
See?
Yeah, this has my name on it now. You know that. I need a different side. We'll talk later. When
We're
we
going to start. We're going to hook up. Even though I didn't win the game,
I liked it.
I'm going to hook him up. I'm going to hook you guys up because Dude Robe is 40% off.
Wow.
There you go. And we, of course, have partnered with these companies on these huge savings. You can get them by scanning the QR code on your screen or going to abcsecretsavings.com. And Lori's back with even more secret savings this Monday on GMA. Coach, take it home once you get the right size.
And I'll get the right color. I like
There you go.
Just rubbing it
He's
for some weight.
He's just got his big trophy.
The last time you won a trophy was what, elementary school?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
We don't need to talk about that.
We won't talk about it. That's
take
last
off
time
his
you
name.
won.
Look at the name.
Show us the tush push that you were doing.
Yeah, that was the whip. That was the whip. Sorry, whip.
The tush push is like part of the fabric of the Eagles' offense.